everybody, I'm Stephen Levine from NASCAR Illustrated. This is Tom Vandervoort from Sporting News, here to preview this weekend's race at Kansas Speedway, race number 4 in the chase for the Sprint Cup. And though Kyle, Jimmy, and Matt seem to be separating themselves a little bit from the field, I really don't think you can count some of those other guys out quite yet.
Yeah, I agree with you. You can't count them out, and certainly mathematically you can't count them out because we all know you can have problems in this sport. But even if you're just looking at performance, I mean, you look at the season as a whole and you look at performance, these are the 3 best teams right now. 3 best drivers, 3 best cars, 3 best teams, hands down. I was talking to our colleague Bob Pockris earlier today, and he said between the 3 of those guys, they've led something like 47% of all the laps. I mean, that's ridiculous.
It is kind of ridiculous.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
And so it's no surprise that you find them here, and they should perform well at Kansas.
Let's zero in a little bit on Kansas. It is a downforce racetrack. We do expect a little bit of aero push, a little bit of a clean air parade at times in this race. Does that mean track position, qualifying is important?
I don't know if qualifying per se is important, but I think track position is going to be important. Pit strategy is going to be important. Look, if you've got a fast race car, you don't qualify up at the front, there's going to be enough time for you to get to the front. What happens, though, and we saw it at Dover, right, which is you want to be out front after the last caution or after the last pit stop. I mean, that's
even if it means taking 2 tires.
Yeah, and that's really going to be a big key here. So, sure, you can make your way to the front with a fast race car if you don't have a great qualifying run. But at the end of the day, you're going to need the right strategy, performance in the pits, no mistakes, especially in the last 100 laps or so.
You know, Dover's an interesting example because Matt Kenseth took 2 tires, but because he wasn't out front, he still got passed by people with fresher rubber. Whereas if he had taken 2 tires and may have had the clean air and been out front, might have been able to hold that position.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see. I mean, Jimmy was going to be hard to beat, but you look at what Junior did at the end of the race at Dover, being the first guy with 4 fresh tires. That was good enough to get him second, but it wasn't good enough to get him by Jimmy. So it's really an interesting game there. And if you're thinking about the championship, you know, we've heard all this, you got to win races to win the championship.
First, do no harm.
It's really not true, okay? What's true is you've got to be consistently up at the front in the top 5 for most of these races. So sometimes you have to think about that. Do I have a realistic chance to win this race? And if I don't, what's the best finish I can get? And that might factor into your strategy, too.
All right, let's talk drivers specifically when we get back with our special guest in just the blink of an eye. All right, everybody, welcome back. Brooke Werner, who we haven't seen in like forever.
I know, it's been way too long.
I know, it has. So we're glad you're here. We're not so glad about how
we're getting our butts
you
kicked.
guys are just killing us.
I mean, we're at the track every race weekend. I think we kind of get the inside scoop.
Oh, I see. It's all about the inside scoop. It's not about luck?
No, it's not about luck. We are highly trained race pick winners.
Aficionados.
It's not because we give you the first pick every week?
And that might have something to do with it.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit.
So here's the deal. Jacqueline last week picked Jimmy Johnson. Of course, he won the race, so you get 6 points.
That was a close call, though.
Well, it's practically over. I mean, I don't know if we can catch
So Miss Sprint Cup has 62 points.
What?
Tom has 55. I have 48.
I feel like the last time I was here, you were leading.
You've been lapped. He's been lapped. You lapped him.
Wow.
Okay, can I just say...
Maybe we'll get a good caution and we'll let you through for
I
the
feel
next
like
one.
Denny Hamlin. Yeah, I mean, because last week, the top 10 were all chase drivers. I picked Carl Edwards and he finished 35th.
Oh, boy.
I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to tell you at the time. So wait, let me get this straight. You're last and you're playing it safe with average finish.
Carl Edwards is a safe play, in your opinion?
Didn't I try to tell you?
Whatever. Okay, so in terms of championship picks, you guys have Matt Kenseth.
Can I just say something?
Either keep Matt Kenseth, you can go to the hat, you can steal Clint Boyer from me, which I'm sure you...
Is this even a question?
No, it's not.
No.
All right,
We're
let's move.
keeping Matt. Matt,
Especially
you're sticking with us.
Going to Kansas. That means I'm sticking with my Kyle Busch.
All right.
Can I trade in Clint Boyer? Because I'm just getting beat so badly.
Why are you so down on Clint? He's going home to Kansas?
Just so depressed, man.
This could be your weekend.
This is it.
I'm 14 points behind Miss Sprint Cup now.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a little
in
embarrassing.
In this point system,
really.
you're going to have to win the next 4 races or something.
All right, Brooke, we're going to Kansas.
Okay, we are.
Even though you're spanking us, you still get first pick.
Yoo-hoo. All right, my pick. Well, I was actually it was a tough one this weekend for me because it's so tempting to go with Matt or Jimmy, right?
Indeed it is.
I mean, they both have 2 wins at this track. They both have 6 top 5s. They've been so neck and neck the past few races. Jimmy pulling off the win last weekend. Now they're 8 points, I think, from each other
You're correct.
in the chase for the Sprint Cup. So tempted to go with one of those guys, but you know what? I'm throwing it out there to another driver with 2 wins at this track, and I think it's 8 top 5s.
Okay.
So a little bit better statistics. Jeff Gordon.
You know,
Really?
I like that pick just
Okay.
based on what Jeff did at Dover. I mean, I think this is it for Jeff. He's got to show up and
He's
win this
gotta
race.
show up, yes.
That's what I think.
Even if he wins this race, it may not be
It
enough.
may not
but
be enough,
Not
but
interesting
I like
pick.
it.
But we're
I
talking
like
about
it, Brooke.
winners of this race, not of the chase for the Sprint Cup.
Right.
Understood.
I'm going for Jeff.
Understood.
Yes.
Understood.
Jeff, you got it.
All right. Are you going to go with? You know, I know you have a man crush on the Biff. Are you going to go with the Biff?
I do have a man crush.
Cruff.
A man crush.
Maybe that's
I do have a man crush on the Biff because he's a great racer. I don't, however, have a man crush on Roush Fenway Racing Equipment, which is not up to snuff currently. So I'm going to pass on the Biff and Carl. And I'm going right back to the well, and I'm going with Matt Kenseth.
Oh, I feel like that's a cop-out because those guys are so good.
Well,
It's a cop-out. It is a cop-out. However, you're in the lead. You can afford to
Okay,
be
we'll
all
give you that
like
one.
Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going, you know,
interesting.
Matt Kenseth or Jimmy Johnson. I'll take Matt. And
Okay, I'll take Jimmy.
There you go.
I mean,
Well, there we go.
If you're going to hand it to me on a silver platter.
I am.
Well, no, I think I'll leave Jimmy Johnson and take, Ricky Stenhouse. No, I'm taking Jimmy Johnson if you hand him to me on a silver platter.
We're handing them to you.
All right,
I
Jeff
don't know about
Gordon,
the platter.
Matt Kenseth,
Yes, sir.
Jimmy Johnson.
I mean, Matt has won the last 2 races
I know,
here.
so he's not going to
He
win the
has.
third.
Why not?
Because
He could sweep it all. Why
no,
not?
I need the 6 points. Jimmy.
Okay.
Jimmy, are you feeling me? Are you feeling me, Jimmy? Come back next week. Hopefully, I'll win. and I
Hopefully
can-
you'll have been
No,
felt by
hopefully
Jimmy.
I'll win.
No.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
You don't need the win.
All right, we're
need
gonna
Come
the
on,
win.
Werner, take
We
it
always
easy on
need
us.
the win.
We're gonna stop
Uncle
talking
already.
now.
Uncle.
Stop talking now.